Hey everyone, welcome to round 2 coverage of the PDGA Disc Golf World Championships here in Peoria, Illinois. We are at the Northwood Gold Course. On the mic today, we've got Robert McCall, that's me, and sitting next to me, one of our camera guys with the mustache, Danny Lindahl.
How's it going, guys?
We got Steve Rico on the card, owner and operator of Legacy Discs. Steve Brinster out in Warwick, New Jersey, former USDGC champ. Matty O saying Roll Tide.
Yeah, Anthony just rolled on him until he gave him a roll side.
And then Nate Sexton, former USDGC champ as well. And we're starting out on hole 1 here at Northwood.
Hole 1 is a par 3, 345 feet with a very demanding gap off the tee. You'll see some people go backhand down the gut, or you might see like a forehand roller around the outside. It's a little bit straighter than it looks from the tee pad, but it's a very rewarding birdie. The average is right around par, so a birdie is getting strokes on most people.
Yeah, so Steve's going with forehand roller, and that's cutting a little left early there.
Yeah, you kind of the miss is you want to get past those, and the miss is straight or right, so you can have an open up shot. So he's going to have a tricky lie from there.
Brinster taking kind of the intermediate hyzer, hitting a tree and kicking right.
We've got a lot of crafty veterans on this card here with Sexton and Rico and Brinster, so I think we're going to see a lot of rollers out here.
Yeah.
Which you wouldn't expect on a wooded course.
Yeah, I don't mean this to be a shot against the competitors on the card, but like this is a card you would have seen at Worlds like 10 years ago also.
Yeah.
So these guys have been at the top of the game for a long time.
So we've seen 2 of the forehand rollers around the outside already. That just tells you how demanding that gap is up the middle. These guys aren't even trying to mess with it. They're just taking it out of play. And the forehand roller can get up there for 2.
Right.
But it's more the safe run at 2.
Yeah, and I mean, let's say you really mess up a forehand roller here and it just washes out too fast. You're probably still fine. And if it goes a little bit too right, you're probably still fine. Ooh, Matty O giving a little run there.
Mm-hmm. He almost actually went down the hill there.
Oh, yeah. There is drop-off left of the basket. But if you take that air shot, especially down the middle gap, and hit one of those trees, you can shoot off into the woods and have even 4 be out of the question.
Mm-hmm. And this is where Steve's roller went. He is in the woods very far, but he still manages to get out and give himself a edge of circle look at it.
Yeah, that's a good confident putt to start out the day for Rico. You never want to make that first one for par.
Yeah.
You usually want that to be for birdie, but he's converted well. Same for Matty O.
At one point, I think it could be said that Steve Rico was the best spin putter in the world.
Yeah, I agree. Super, super talented spin putter.
Let Dynamic Discs help distinguish the winners at your next event. We've got many options from a mini disc to a full-size disc, and we can do custom-wrapped baskets from the micro recruit all the way up to a veteran. We can help design your trophies, and we have discounted prices on larger orders. Our designs feature sharp graphics and vibrant colors. We have what it takes to set your event's winners apart from their bags to their backyards. Learn all the ways we can help at dynamicdiscs.com.
So hole 2 here is a par 3, 419 feet, and this in the past has been several islands, but today it's just a straight shot down to the green. Most people are going to be laying up to the top of this hill, but there have been a few 2s on the hole, which tells me that some people are running it.
Yeah, this is coming in as our 4th most difficult hole on the day, 3.52 scoring average. That's because any tree hit can send you careening down the hill to basically certain death.
Mm-hmm.
You probably actually won't die, but
I mean, there's a chance.
But your disc might, and your score certainly will. So yeah, we'll see a lot of these sorts of plays from players who are playing a little bit more conservatively. That's a good spot for Rico. Anything that's sitting up on the top there, you can attack the green from there.
Definitely. Steve went a little bit straight, but he still should have a good look at it. You're kind of trying to play more of what Steve here is doing, a little bit of a hyzer to get to that left side. It just opens up the green a little bit, as long as it sits down.
Yep. Now, Matty O's taking the go-for-it play here. This flex forehand. Yeah, and unfortunately, he hits an early tree, and anything back there is just so hard to get to the green.
I think Nate said he was going for it as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with as proficient a forehand as he has.
It's on a good angle.
That's
just
clean.
A little bit low.
But that's still cruising. I mean, he's down there. Easy 3 from there. Jump putt 3.
Still a putt, though. So we might see a 2.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. So Matty didn't quite get all the way down the hill after hitting that tree. So he's got a little bit of an angle. He's covered a lot of distance there.
Mm-hmm. Do you know if anything was OB on this hole?
I don't think so.
I know they had a spotter with 2 flags, but that might have just been to hold off the previous card.
Yeah.
Steve's gone forehand here, and he's made it to the edge of the creek down there, so that should be a circle's edge putt.
Yeah. And Steve, this is almost just like a little spin putt for him. He's so good from this sort of range of just kind of flicking his wrist and keeping the disc flat nearly all the way.
And I don't know if you can tell on camera, this is probably a 30 to 50-foot drop.
Yeah.
On that cliff there. It is very downhill, so you barely have to throw that one, and it's going to reach the green.
Yeah, great touch for Steve there. I think that was an Omega Super Soft, if I remember correctly. He loves throwing those.
Matty O with a nice upshot there. Nate with the well-lit putt.
Ooh, gives it a good
Yeah.
bid. That's probably, I don't know, 70 feet?
Yeah. So outside circle 2. Oh, my
Hey.
goodness.
The old mountain climber in there
He
is...
didn't waste any extra energy on that one. He's conserving himself, just giving it enough to make it, not trying to show off and be fancy.
So we're going to have 3 pars here for our third card and 1 bogey.
But with where Matty O was off the tee, bogey is not a
No,
not
you
a bad
take 4 all day.
So hole 3 here is a par 4, 550 feet. Off the tee, most of our competitors are just going to try and beat these 2 trees, and the garden is past this bush that's coming up on the left side here. If you can get past the bush, then you have a nice, easy upshot to the green that's on the other side of a deep creek that I don't believe is OB, but it's definitely not a place that you want to hang out in, particularly after dark. It gets to be a shady place.
It's quite dangerous down there.
But the real challenge is just getting off the tee and then navigating this upshot here.
Yeah, this is one of the only holes playing under par on the weekend so far. .06 under par.
Steve's got a nice rip. I believe that's a rival,
Okay, yeah.
but he unfortunately got that third tree there. I guess fourth. I don't know. There's a lot of trees.
That's really the one that you want to miss. Either side is fine as long as it finishes straight.
And Steve has turned this over straight into the trees, but it doesn't care.
Just straight through.
Yeah, they were looking for this one short in the bushes for a minute, and then the spotter had to come and tell him it was much farther. Sexton's going, looks like a forehand orc.
Uh-huh. Whoa, what a kick.
Nice little kick there.
What a kick. Unbelievable.
He made it past everything. He's about even with the bush, but not behind it, so he should have a nice upshot.
Yeah. And forehand is a great shape for this tee shot if you can get off clean. It's just that one tree that Matty O hit on the right it feels so much closer to you than it actually is.
That's a very, very unfortunate release there for Matty, but has he made it past the bush there? I think he has.
Yeah, if not, he's going to be pretty close to it at least. Rico, that's more of just a position play. I don't know if you could reach the green from there, even with like perfect footing. It's just a tight shot.
Sexton's going forehand mid here. I'm not sure what disc that is, and he is short right in the bushes. That's going to be a tricky lie, but probably around circle 2.
Yeah, it'll be a putt. So Matty O's just didn't make it through the bush the first time, but did on that roller, and he's up there next to Sexton.
So how many? Is that the first roller we've seen so far?
No.
Okay.
Lots of rollers.
Oh yeah, on hole 1 too. Okay, I would put the over under on like 50 rollers.
Okay, I'll take the over. Beautiful shot from Brinster.
Man. Yeah, he got through those trees and he has put it underneath the basket.
Guaranteed birdie for him, and then Rico, just about the last tree that you could hit on the way to the basket. He's going to be down in the creek bed here.
Matty O spent a long time lining that up. He had lots of branches in his way, and he just almost dunked it anyway.
Yeah, like a Spikeheiser putt. Sexton with a nice shape at it. Looks like he had a couple of those more skinny trees in between his lie and the basket. But he'll take par. Rico will take par as well. Brinster's in for birdie after he punched all the way through it. This is going to be bogey for Matty O. Couple of tough ones for him in a row.
So moving on to hole 4 here. This is a par 4, 540 feet. Off the tee for your first shot, you can go around 200 to 250 feet to this landing zone that's at the short tee. And from there, it's a tunnel shot. It's a slightly downhill, tunnel shot that you have to stay low and penetrate far forward. It's the basket set kind of farther back than you think it is, just looking at it.
Yeah, you can't just full send one once you're to the tee because there are woods behind. But yeah, like you said, if you throw that 200-foot shot, most guys are throwing mid-range or putter from there that they can control the distance pretty well. I like this play from Brinster, just hyzer to basically right on the short tee.
It's a good touch there because it's easy to go a little bit long and clip the bushes, or there is a fence left OB, but there are those boards at the bottom are to block discs from going under, as
Nice.
Steve nicely demonstrated there.
A little too much angle for Sexton here. That's carrying left. Oh, and he unfortunately beats the fence, and that's going to be a difficult spot, but he'll probably have a stretched out forehand there. And all four competitors taking hyzer. That's the best looking angle of the bunch, and it's going to be the best tee shot of the bunch by about 3 feet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. That's an unfortunate early release there for Steve. He's kicked farther into the woods. That's going to be a tricky spot to get up and down from. Brinster has the right idea there, going the hyzer flip. He just pulled it a little bit left.
Back to the orc here for Sexton. That's good shape, just needs to find a way through.
And that ended up actually on the path that goes out to the open there. So he's got a good footing and kind of a line at the basket, but it's definitely outside the circle.
And just a bit of a pull there for Matteo. Pardon me.
Lots of struggles here on the fourth hole. Rico going with the fifth roller or something like that. Nice forehand roller, laying it down, made it past the basket, and unfortunately just threw it too good.
Man, I'll tell you, I've seen Steve Rico throw some rollers throughout his time in tournaments. He has to be one of the best forehand roller throwers in the game.
Definitely.
Bar none.
And that is on display on this course because you get in some tricky lies and you have to get up and down. And honestly, there's frequently a lot of distance left as well.
Right.
Beautiful upshot.
Two excellent upshots from Brinster and Matteo there. And then straight putt for Sexton. Just doesn't quite give it enough to get there. He does have that downhill behind to worry about, so not super surprised to not see him give it a really aggressive run.
Oh, man. And the Cobra strikes.
Love getting outside and challenging yourself to become better? How about spending time with family and friends, or just marveling at the pure joy of flight? Then you've come to the right place at the right time. Join the PDGA.
Hey guys, we're out here at Northwood Gold's hole 5. It is 354 feet. It is a wooded tunnel shot with a slight finish to the right. I think the trick to this hole is people think you need it to turn right more than it really does. It's a pretty straight shot and you just need a little finish at the end. If you throw it straight, you're still going to be putting. So the rough is really bad on both sides. So if you feel like you can't get it to the basket, maybe just throw a shorter shot like a putter and pitch up, play for par. But good luck.
Well, thank you, Zach.
We aren't actually playing it, Zach, but thank you for the good luck. This is, I would assume this is rock for Brinster.
It was definitely a wide rim disc.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
And I was not ready on the catch cam, but he is inside the circle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes, I dropped the ball on this one.
The
I'm
way
just gonna
that
keep it real.
The way that turned so slowly, I thought that was mid-range for sure. That was a beautiful shot. And that's early right for Rico. And really, if you're going to miss anywhere, too far straight is the better miss, but no miss is really good here.
That's a beautiful hyzer flip forehand. One of the hardest shots to throw, just a little too straight. But that is, like you're saying, that is the miss.
That's going to be a little too early right for Matteo. But couple pinball kicks and it's in the fairway. That's not bad.
Hole 5 here is averaging 3.29. So if these players get up and down for par, they're not losing strokes to the field. But obviously they're running that birdie off the tee.
Yeah. Good touch from Sexton here. A little bit of extra action behind the basket, and that's actually going to be about 25 feet coming back up. And a bit of a miss there for Matteo. Rico just playing safe to secure his bogey.
off the number plate.
Oh, you want that to sit. Okay, there we go. Brinster. Beautiful drive, beautiful putt, well-deserved birdie. Only 27 players collecting the birdie 2 here today. More than half of the field taking par.
Hole 6 here is kind of where you start to get out into the grassy area of the course, where there's generally a low ceiling, kind of the very grabby grass. It doesn't like to skip too much. So, while this hole is only 370 feet, you kind of have to fly the disc 350 feet, almost all the way there, to get on the green. Otherwise, it's just going to get eaten up short. So, players are kind of going for this intermediate hyzer.
Stevie goes wide hyzer. Catches the tree on the right, and that's certainly not the spot he's trying to be, though he can still get up and down from there. Oh, and it's forehand roller time again.
This is, we're going to see some great rollers out here, and this is looking to be one of them. Off the tee pad, off the tree. Going to end up only about 5 or 7 feet away.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit too cooked.
Yeah.
Good old tee pad kick and good tree kick, even though from the tee it probably looked like it killed it. That might have been a good thing for Sexton, as he is inside the circle.
That's definitely what he was playing for.
Oh, 100%.
I heard him say it before he threw it.
Yeah.
Mattio's got a great line on this one.
Oh, that's so mean. That's from definitely inside circle 1 to probably right around the edge, maybe a little bit outside.
Definitely. Brinster's just trying to get up and down at this point. A little bit too high out of his hand. Caught the cabbage.
Yeah, he's trying to push that hyzer a little bit more, and it just came out a little spiky. Not a bad upshot for Rico. 20 or 25 left.
And from here, that orange flag does denote circle 2. So Steve was well outside of that. That would have been an incredible par save. Mattio off the cage again. He's hit a lot of metal. Just can't quite connect for the chains.
Yeah, it'll at least be for par this time. He's going to take the par, but that's disappointing after throwing a great tee shot and just catching the last tree. And good stuff from Nate Sexton there. I believe that was a Sexton Firebird off the tee. And like when your name is on the disc, can you even throw a bad shot with it?
I don't think so.
I mean, I don't know because
Personally,
probably won't ever. But
from Nate's performance so far, it seems to be a fairly accurate statement.
Yeah, that's right. His name isn't on the Oric, and we've seen that hit a couple of trees.
Correct.
But it is on the Firebird. I mean, parked it.
So hole 7 here is a 400-foot shot with a pretty demanding gap off the tee, a little bit of a ceiling, and then down towards the basket, the woods on the left and the right does pinch in a little bit. For most of our competitors, this is going to be a little bit of a hyzer flip, trying to get it very straight. And I think Sexton's going for another forehand roller here, actually.
Man, crafty is exactly the right word for this card. They are pulling out all the stops. This is a beautiful angle for Sexton, tracking those rocks. Come on.
That's the first time he tried it. Anthony was saying that while he was lining up that shot, he had never tried it in practice. He was like, it looks like a forehand roller. So he just parked it.
Oh, hey, what do you think about a backhand roller?
This one looked good out of his hand, but it just set up a little bit too much.
Yeah.
It's gonna be right, not quite pin high, but he should be easy enough to get up and down from there.
Yeah.
Mattio thought it looked good. He's trying his own take.
All right,
on
yeah, I'll
line.
take that. I like that. Wow. And this is a fantastic angle as well. That's inside circle 2, going to curl around circle 1, and
Just
back
keep
to
on
circle
going.
2.
Just cruising.
But you'll take that all day. That was a great shot.
Definitely. It only ends up about 35 feet or so. So he's still got to look at that one.
And I love that angle from Brinster. He wants to catch those rocks. He's going to be inside circle 1. These guys are showing you how to put the disc on the ground. That is really impressive stuff
That's
to me.
4 rollers on this hole, isn't it?
Yeah, and 2 inside circle 2, 2 inside circle 1. Come on. That's good.
Mattio from 37 feet, dead in the middle of the basket. We get the slow motion replay.
Yeah, I'd love to see the commitment on that, especially a little bit of drop off behind the green there. Oh, Steve. A little bit low. Sexton's going to drop in for his birdie, and Brinster, unfortunately, for his par after the beautiful roller.
Moving on to hole 8 here is 793-foot par 4 with a somewhat of a low ceiling, but you're generally going to see rollers off this tee. This is the roller hole, and most of them are going to finish probably up around these trees on the right, or if you can, a little bit straighter. And from there, you have a fairly straightforward upshot, just a few trees to navigate on your way to the pin.
Yeah, if you're, pardon me, if you're in the middle here, you've got a pretty routine shot. A little bit of a low ceiling, but pretty routine. Either side, right or left, you're going to have to pull something off to get to the basket. It's a little bit more stable roller for Sexton.
There's definitely a wide rim driver there, and it's on the right line. It just finishes a little bit too far to the right. Should be okay to get up and down, but not where he was aiming for.
I guess I shouldn't say more stable because he has been throwing the Firebird on rollers, but I mean for a backhand roller. And that's a beautiful angle for Matteo, but just catches a tree on the right side there.
You'd think statistically like a vertical disc has less of a chance of hitting a tree.
Right.
But unfortunately, that one still happened to catch it.
Another roller here.
Checks out on paper.
Man, you weren't joking around about the rollers.
These guys,
lots of rollers.
They know how to roll. On the back nine, when we get in the woods, they get pretty crafty with it.
Nice.
Arts and crafts are going down.
None of them skipped arts and crafts time, and Steve Brinster skipped over some roots and into a perfect spot. That is way down there.
That was a smash.
Super easy shot for his 3. Oh, time for another roller.
Mm-hmm. It's roller o'clock. It's not quite as much distance as he's looking, but he is out in the fairway, so he should be able to secure his par from there. Just get up and down.
Okay, now this looks special for Matteo. Really stable forehand roller, curling around the backside.
Oh, you were going to go too far? How about just a little...
The tree just takes off perfect speed. Wow, 25 left for Matteo. That's an incredible shot.
I wish trees helped me like that.
Yeah, I usually don't get those sort of kicks.
He must recycle, so the trees love him back.
Yeah.
Sexton going Firebird for the upshot. Oh, once again.
What do you know? That's the tree you want to aim for. Excellent result for Sexton.
Steve's third shot, also going to put him inside the circle.
And we're finally to Brinster's roller. This is so far up here. If he really wanted to get aggressive with it, I guess he could, but he's just going to throw a little hyzer up there. Probably not quite as close as he'd like to be after that drive, but still well inside the circle.
Matty O with another birdie, struggling off the tee, but he managed to get the 2 in a row at this point.
Well, yeah, and that's a highlight reel second shot.
Steve connects for birdie as well. Nate for birdie, and Steve with the par save after hitting the roller, hitting the tree on the roller off the tee.
Yeah, our card here is playing this a little bit better than the rest of the field, coming in at a 3.84 scoring average. One of the only 6 holes to play under par all day.
Moving on to hole 9 here. This is a 321-foot shot that bends to the right, and the basket is near these big. Are these cedar trees?
I think so.
I think they're cedars. The play is usually going to be a forehand or a turnover, and the danger is going deep into the bush or sawing it off short of the cedar on the right. So most of our competitors are going to be going forehand here, except for Brinster. Doesn't seem to throw very many forehands.
No, he's got a really great turnover, so he'll probably opt for that.
Nate's going to X-Cal here. He's asking for it to get right. He has put a little too much on that, but it is fortunately right on the edge of the bush there, so he will have a putt.
This looks like maybe D1 for Matteo.
It is.
Ooh.
Just hit the perfect spot to miss all of the bushes and get deep in the woods there.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for him.
And speaking of smooth turnover game.
Wow.
Brinster has
What
put the
a
perfect
shot.
line on that one. That was a beautiful shot.
Like, you can envision it, but just to watch it happen, that's pretty incredible, man.
Zero fade on it, and it was flat
Yeah.
when it hit the ground. Such a challenging shot.
Oh, time for another roller.
Hey, guess what?
And this is a great angle. Nice and stood up by the time it hit the ground for Steve. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a Patriot or something like that. Nice understable fairway from Legacy.
And he is right on the edge of the tree there, so he will have a putt. Oh, just like Nate. He was barely inside the circle there. And Matty O had some work to get to where his disc was here. It just perfectly went straight through all of the branches. He is very deep in those woods.
It seems like Matty O and Nate Sexton called each other ahead of time and said, hey, let's wear this shirt. And then they both did on the same card and then landed in almost the same spot. I mean, ill-advised. You're going to want to, if you do that, you're going to want to land by the basket and be wearing the same shirt.
Ideally, yeah, you would both do the birdie.
Yeah, tap in together, but they're going to both take pars here. Good stuff from Rico.
Not too far in that bush, and Steve with the absolute park job with that turnover. There are some things that you just love to see.
Yeah.
That's one of them.
Yeah, you just love to see it. So we'll have drop-ins for Sexton and Matt Orum. They're not going to be super pleased with that, as both of them are very proficient with their forehand game. That's going to do it for the front nine for us here, pardon me, at the PDGA World Championships 2019. We hope that you'll join us for the back nine, and go ahead and subscribe to the Dynamic Disc channel. Ring that bell for notifications, so when that back nine drops, you'll be notified.
There's a lot more rollers coming in the woods on the back nine, so you're going to want to see that. We'll see that.